Good afternoon, welcome to eRepair. So today we're working on a Nintendo GameCube. This is a little bit of my youth. I haven't had one of these for a few years. I bought this on eBay, 2-3 weeks ago now, but just haven't managed to circle back to repairing it. I bought it with a set of unknown faults. It was sold untested, unknown. I have since bought some cables for it and given it a really good test. The only problem I can find with it is that it doesn't read discs. Now you can see them spin, you can hear it spin up, you can hear the laser moving backwards and forwards, but you don't get anything presented as in the drive. It's almost like the disc isn't there. So I'm led to believe it's the laser that's defunct and is not working. To my a little bit of shock horror, I didn't realise how expensive lasers were for the GameCube. I thought they were quite cheap beasts, but anything from £60 upwards seems to be about normal. I did, however, manage to come across one seller that was selling one of these optical drives. So there you go, there's the drive, that was selling it very, very cheaply. I think it was £17 all in all. It did look like it was pre-loved, so hopefully this works. But we will find out, obviously, once we install it. We'll give it a go, see what's what, and go from there. Now, I did have one little mistake that I've made before even starting this repair. So, I bought this screwdriver. Now, this is a Gamebit screwdriver that you need to undo the security Torx in the bottom of this GameCube. Now, you will probably spot my issue here in that this is not very long. And when we look in here, you'll see that the screws are sort of that far down. Now, I can't put much pressure on this, but we'll give it a go on undoing it. Now, the other thing that we can do, so this is obviously not a Gamebit screwdriver. This is a hexagon-shaped bit. This is a size 4 to be more specific. With a little bit of force, this will also undo it. So I will have a go with this, but if this doesn't work, then I've got a backup plan. So what we'll do, stick this down as far as we can, and yeah, immediately it slips off because I can't put any pressure behind it. So let's go with the incorrect way of doing this. As I say, if you push down, there you go, so I'm doing it, no issues at all. Just like that, it comes out. So we'll quickly get these done, take all 4 out. 3 and 4, just like so. Flip this GameCube over, and then we can just lift the whole top case off, just like that. And we'll pop that off to one side. Okie dokie. Next thing we want to do, I know I've got to take this fan assembly out, and I think I've got to take this out so that I can get to some of the screws, or maybe it's the power bracket at the back. Let's just remove that. Yeah, there are a few screws there, look. So first thing we'll do, I think we'll get this fan disconnected. So red power lead up here, I would guess. And then we're going to want to undo the 2 screws that are here and here. The objective here is to get to this top part, because we can't lift this off without taking half the console apart, unfortunately. So we're just going to work our way around slowly and do that. And hopefully it's just going to be a nice few screws to get that released. That should now come free. There we go. That's our fan assembly out there. So if you've got a fan failure, that would hopefully be nice and easy to replace. Let's have a look at this front section now. Okay, so we have got a ribbon cable here, which I think probably just pulls up. It does. That's our buttons away. We obviously don't need to do any further disassembly on those. We'll just pop them off to one side. Good, so now I think the next thing that we're going to have to do, I would guess, is these screws around the edge. Right, so hopefully now this will lift out, but we might need to undo those screws first. So let's just undo those quickly, as those might need to come out as well. That's the only thing I would, yeah, they're super long screws, those are going to have to come out too. So let's just quickly undo these. Let's see if this will now lift. There you go, look. So there's our 4 screws and our 2 little brackets that are attached to them. Now we're interested in this piece. We don't really need the main board of this. You can see there's a connection to pass through now. So we'll pop this off to one side and we'll carry on working on this piece. So we need to get this black bit off. Now I don't think we can do that without disconnecting. Well, I mean, we could try. There are a number of little black clips here holding this into position, but actually saying that there's a ribbon there, and there's a ribbon on this side too. So I think we're probably safer to take the bottom off first. So let's just do that. Pop these off to one side. And last one. Okay. Now how is this going to come off? Is this going to come off? I feel like there's some resistance. Oh, missed 2 screws. I bet you saw that on camera. Hiding under the lip there, and I didn't see them. We're definitely free now. Okay, so that's now disconnected. Pop that again off to one side. So what I would say is this probably disconnects. I'm wondering if this is something to do with the voltage to the laser, you know. I know on the Xboxes that was one of the big things, you could adjust the voltage. But maybe I'm wrong, and then that would improve the laser performance, but who knows. So I would say that looks like the only ribbon going up to the laser. I wonder if we can get away with just disconnecting this like that. And then at that point, if we just grab something pointy, Spudger would do it. I wonder if we can push this or persuade this to go under here. I don't know, I'm guessing here, folks. This could be wrong entirely. I reckon we might need to disconnect that as well, you know. Let's just try this one as well. And then that one hopefully will come free on its own. Yeah, look. There you go. So that's freed that. Now, if we grab our part, so we see there, this should give us a bit of an idea of where it's fixed in. So it looks like, I would say, if this is, look, it's fed through there, so we're going to have to undo these two, and then we don't need to touch that one. So let's grab a screwdriver and just see if we can undo these. And this other one as well. I'm hoping now this will just lift out, maybe. Okay, there's some little plastic things on here. Look. Oh no, there you go. There we are, look. So we're going to have to move this piece across onto our new assembly. There is some tensioner there, look, so we just need to be mindful of that. So let's grab our replacement part in and slide this out of the way. I'm going to take this little pole without covering myself in all the goop. Slide that into there. And then I'm going to grab this. There we are, look. And then I'm going to pop that onto there. Oh, like that. So we've got our little tensionary thing on there, and everything else is over. Let's bring this back in. This is where it could get a little bit fiddly. So I'd say clip that onto there first. So we're going to have to try and get this pole lined up as well now. And that mechanism somehow needs to go into position. There we go. Okay, that's all in position. Now we want to pop those two screws back in. So just so you can see it a little bit clearer, what we've got here, we've got that pole that we've just slipped back into these two little notches on either side. Let me see if I can point this out a bit more clearly for you. So into this little notch here, into this little notch here, and then this sort of little teethy bit is lined up with the cogs underneath, and it then slides backwards and forwards. So we're just going to pop these screws back in just to hold everything, and that should hopefully then make it slide nice and simply. One on this side as well. There we are, look. Lush. Okay, I think this might be a little bit tricky now because I haven't fully disconnected everything. These sort of rubber things on all of the corners need to sit on the little posts below. And we also need to try and fold this cable through at the same time. So I'm hoping if it's just a little bit of a push. This is looking... Oh, there you go, look. No issue. Straight on. And then I'm going to pop this cable into here. Like that. And just give it a little bit of a tug. That is definitely tight. So that is perfect. So that's our laser swapped over. I don't have to reconnect any cables. I think if you watch a lot of sport articles, they ask you to remove this and then unplug all of this and then flip everything over, and that's a much easier way of doing it that way. So we'll go with that as our correct method. Next thing we need to do is get our base plate back on. So I'm going to quickly speed through this just to save you guys watching it all back. As I say, it's not too bad so far. I mean, it should be quite straightforward to do. We will get this fixed back on. So again, it's all pretty much reverse steps. Everything should clip nicely into place. So if there's anything I come across that needs any further explanation, I will pause the video and slow down. Otherwise, I will just speed through the process of doing this. Spot my mistake. What did I do wrong? That's why I was two screws short. I was wondering. One Xbox back in action, hopefully. So that's my attempt to replace a laser on an original GameCube. Hopefully this resolves my disc reading problem. If it doesn't resolve my disc reading problem, you'll probably see a follow-up video in the next week. But hopefully that's all it was. Very quick, very simple, no massive issues. If you want to see me do some more videos on the GameCube, please let me know. I've got a couple of moddy things that I might do to it, if time permits. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video.